First, I want to start by thanking the fans and everybody to come out. It was a great atmosphere. I thought the fans really had a big impact early in the game with penalties and things like that. Give credit to Michigan. That's a good football team. That's a good football team. They made fewer mistakes than we did today. You got to get off the field on third down. I thought we were doing some pretty good things defensively, but we got to get off the field on third down more consistently. We got to score touchdowns in the red zone. We were not able to run the ball consistently today, whether it was traditional runs, whether it was wildcat, or getting knocked back into the backfield, and by the time the ball carrier got the ball, there was somebody in his face. Tried to do some different things, the jet sweep off the wildcat. We were one-on-one on the edge. Their guy had enough speed to keep it to a minimal gain. But we weren't able to be, consistent enough in the red game, in the running game, which showed up in the red zone for us. Too many field goals, too many mistakes. The turnovers out of our own end zone. Our defense was able to make some big plays, and we weren't able to capitalize on those turnovers. And then, having to burn timeouts for young guys making mistakes. Those are things that we have got to get cleaned up. There's no doubt about it, whether it's us not getting the call in correctly, or a personnel group, or defensively we had some issues. We got to get those things corrected. There'll be some long conversations about that. So good football team. Give those guys credit. We still got a lot of work to do. We have another opportunity next week against another good football team, and then a bowl opportunity to get better. We need every single practice. We need every single meeting. My heart hurts for these seniors. This is the last time that they're going to play in Beaver Stadium, and they're leaving, not on a positive note. So it breaks my heart for those guys. Open it up to questions.
James, when the game was 21-13 and you had 4th and goal from the 1, what went into your decision to go for the field goal?
In that situation, we were going to have to score a touchdown and go for 2. So it wasn't, we were going to be in a situation where we were going to have to do that or kick the field goal and then score later in the game. That was the discussion on the headset with all the coaches, is take the points now or go for the touchdown and then have to go for 2. And at that point, we've been had a hard time when we got the ball down there. We had a bunch of big plays that got us down to the low red zone, and then we had a hard time punching it in. So at that point, we felt like that was in the team's best interest.
On special teams, you had the fumble punt, and then near the end of the game, they had the long kickoff returns and set them up in scoring position. How much do your special teams need to improve in this program going forward if you're going to win these kind of close games?
You're exactly right. We made a big play with a block punt, which was huge, but we gave up 2 big plays. We had started to kind of get some momentum. Fought to get back into it, and then we have a turnover, deep in our own territory. It puts our defense in a real bad spot. So those things are challenges. Then we do, get the field goal, have an opportunity to stop them, get the ball back, go down and score, and then we give up a big kickoff return. They're starting with the ball on their side of the field. So yes, there's some issues. There's no doubt about it that we got to get cleaned up. It's everything. It's coverage. It's kicking location. We're very, very inconsistent in those things right now.
You talked about the red zone to your right, and is it what they were doing, what you weren't doing, a little of both?
Yeah, guys, it starts. You got to give those guys credit. I mean, that's one of the top defenses in the country. They've been number 1, number 2, number 3 in almost every defensive category in our conference as well as in the country. Last couple weeks, they've had some people do some things on it, but you look at the type of defensive team they've had all year long. That's a good team. That's a good veteran team. We went into it, talking about those things. 18 senior starters for them. We have 4 senior starters for us, and that showed up. That's a big, physical, aggressive group, and it showed up. It showed up at times today.
James, can you take us through that first series in the red zone? It looked like Christian had checked into a run on third down. Just can you talk about the play calling?
We made multiple run pass checks where basically we're calling a run play with a pass, and he goes up, and basically we're trying to get ourselves the best situation to be successful based on numbers in the box. If they overload, then we want to throw the ball. If they've given us the opportunity to run the ball by playing coverage, then we run the ball. So that's what those calls were, so we can get the best situation to be successful. That's what happened. It ended up being 3 runs, but they weren't all 3 run calls. They were check with me's.
James, how do you assess your tackling today on defense?
You know, I thought at times it was good. When they got the ball on the perimeter with some of the key screens, when we overloaded them in the box, what we call key screens, the receiver screens out on the perimeter. We didn't do a great job with force a couple times, and then missed some tackles in the open field. I thought, you know, really the thing that hurt us defensively was 3rd down. We got in the 3rd and long a number of times and weren't able to get off the field consistently.
Hey, James, so could you talk, what could you say about the beating that Christian took today in the pocket and hanging in there and gutting it out? And was there any consideration of just taking him out because he did look hurt on a number of occasions, to us anyway?
Yeah, there's no doubt. You got to give Christian Hackenberg all the credit in the world. He's took a pounding for the last year and a half. The fact that he has not missed a game or really missed a series is impressive. You know, no one is going to question Christian Hackenberg's mental or physical toughness, and we have got to get, you know, our protection and our run game more consistent to help him out. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, there was a couple times he was slow to get up, you know, especially there at the end of the game. You know, but no, you know, he was still able to play. You know, we had a situation where we're trying to win the game. He gives us the best chance to win. We were still in it, you know, right there until the end. But yeah, there's no doubt about it. You can't question his toughness.
James, we saw Carl briefly early on. Was that just try and see if he could get through it and go? And also kind of, you just talk a little bit about the effort you got from Brandon Belt?
Yeah, you know, Carl was limited, you know, obviously from the previous game that was limited all week. And we hoped if, you know, by limiting his reps in practice all week long that, you know, we'd see how he'd feel on Saturday. You know, I could tell Friday in the walkthrough he wasn't feeling great, but he wouldn't tell us that. And then you could tell Saturday at the beginning of warm-ups that he wasn't feeling great. And, you know, once we saw that he wasn't going to be able to go and help us and help himself, that, you know, we made the change and pulled him out. Your other question was?
Just your thoughts on Brandon Bell's effort.
Yeah, you know, I thought Brandon did some nice things. He's a veteran player. You know, I don't know what the stats say, but overall, you know, I thought he did some really good things. His leadership is excellent. Got tremendous passion and pride for the game and for Penn State. You know, he's a good football player, and he's going to continue to be a good football player.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.